Each sunrise brings a new chapter for those who choose to pursue wild game. However, for the game we choose to pursue, their story draws to a close. For them, it's the final chapter.
My name is John Eggleston, Northwest Missouri. Got a little turkey hunting story to share with you. Yeah, this hunt here is taking place up in Northwest Missouri. Before I tell you this story, I've got to tell you this other story about how we got this decoy that we're using. This is the turkey that the decoy that we were using come about. That Mike and I in a blind. This young Jake is slipping up pretty close to us here, and I killed this Jake, and so we decided to make a decoy out of him.
Looks like a hen. Look at that. Oh, it's just wet.
I thought I shot his fan off there. They looked at that tail feather.
Big old spurs. Had to look pretty close.
I could measure better than that.
I'll be able to carry that in back.
So we decided we'd use this Jake I killed there for a decoy and see if it would help us on future hunts and drawing in some good old tom turkeys. This is a Jake. It should make them toms jealous.
And these Jakes make really good decoys. So now we got one.
4 years later, or 3 or 4, we're watching this turkey about 100 to 150 yards across the clearing cut that the REA comes through. We're calling, he's flipping around, coming on up, thinking us over, looking at us. We're using our decoy. He's not doing much gobbling at the present time. He's got close enough. He's a pretty good looking turkey, pretty good beard on him. He looks like one that ought to be tried to God if we can get him within range. He knows we're somewhere looking for that hen. He's taking quite a bit of time before he decides to come in.
He's coming.
I think maybe we'd tried this turkey a day or two before. He had another one with him the day before, and we didn't get him within range. But why together? They're not together today. Why, I don't know, but this may turn out to be a close enough deal. He seems to be willing to come. You can get our decoy spotted. There he is. There's that one we killed a few years ago and made the decoy out of. We're hoping he gets jealous. He's got a little bit of a swag there to go down around. He don't know which way he's wanting to come, but I know I'm getting pretty excited right now that I think my pulse rate's probably gone up a notch or two. He's going to come up around there, I believe, that little bit of taller stuff. He's coming right up here now. He's finally surrendered that he wants to check our friend out. This was a hunt this last spring of 2014. He's a little bit shaky there about something. And we want to try to get as much footage as we can, so I haven't tried to pop him yet. Now he's getting in behind the decoy, he can't shoot. He'll get in a position where I decide here in a little bit to try him. Now what you're seeing now is the footage off of this GoPro that's mounted on the decoy. You can see that decoy's been roughed up by another gobbler sometime or other. He's not as smooth feathered as that live one, but he's good enough that he got this gentleman interested in coming and inspect him. He may flap him here in just a minute, but he's looking at in that blind. He's not sure that we're what we'd ought to be. But we haven't scared him off yet. He's still there. Uh-oh. Man better be thinking about shooting. And there he fell. Laying there in the grass, didn't hardly flop dead at all.
Scored.
Hey. Good deal, huh?
Yes, sirree. He come in pretty. I didn't think he was going to when he stopped over to the other side of that timber at the brush. And whether he'd ever come out of there or not. Sure was pretty coming across there, wasn't it?
He was.
So we decided we'd talk this over a little bit. Reminisce here what's took place. Now we're gonna go check this bird out, see if he's got some record spurs or something. He looked pretty big coming in.
Well, we're gonna go get the old Turk. See how long his beard is. See if he's got record spurs or something.
It's a real nice place we set up there, where we had that opening. This was behind us.
See, we were sitting right back in here somewhere that day with Doug and Earl.
Must have been talking about where we'd killed them a year or two ago there. Well, we got to get a look at that beard. There's that high line you can see.
Don't see it anymore. Ain't scaring any. Hey.
Whoops. Hell, he ain't dead. I'm gonna have to catch him. Whoops. I thought I had him. I had feathers.
Get the gun.
We're having a little chase under the power line. Well, I'll get him if I can. Well, I might got more feathers. Well, I'll tackle him. Let's play football. Mike's getting all this picture of me chasing a turkey. An old man, 70 years old, out there chasing down a turkey.
That's a pretty good recovery.
But he'd laid there. Mike and I took a little break after I shot him. He was laying there for 10 or 15 minutes, I think, before I went out there, and he'd never moved or flopped at all, and he'd got a lot of life in him.
I thought I shot his head off.
He may whip me yet here, but I think I got him. I don't think we're going to be able to mount him or anything. There's too many feathers are missing. I tell you, it's a hunt that I'll always remember. A lot different than it was before I was hunting with Mike and before there was cameras and all. We used to go out and sit behind a tree, but I'll remember this one forever.